Hello out there, my name is Caitt and welcome back to my channel. In today's video I'm going to be talking you through my period journey. So that's from my first period all the way through now, which is 12 years. So 12 years ago today I had gotten home from school. I was at my window because I have a little ledge and I had my homework there. I pulled up a chair so I could watch the outside, the sunset, while I was doing my homework, and I started to feel like I had a stomach ache, like I had stomach cramps. And so I went to the bathroom, and when I did, I saw a little bit of blood. I already kind of knew what the blood was, so I went to the cabinet, got a pad, actually it was a liner, and put it on and went right back to doing my homework. Later that night I told my mom that I had blood when I went to the bathroom before. She just asked, "Are you okay? Are you having pain? Do you need anything?" I'm like, "No." Got a liner on, feeling crampy, but okay. It was a Monday, so I stayed out of school for Tuesday, Wednesday, went back late on Thursday, so like I missed my first class, went in for my second class. For the remainder of that first period, I did wear the pads with the wings that are a little thicker, wider. My periods were never that heavy. It was usually like one tampon or pad during the day and then one at night. Now from that first period, they got so much worse. And the reason I make this video is because I didn't have anyone to tell me, either, on YouTube or just in my personal life, to tell me that what I was experiencing was not normal, and it didn't have to be that painful, it didn't have to be that much. And honestly, if this video helps just one person out there, or if one person feels a little less alone in their experience with periods, then this video has done its purpose. My period symptoms from when they were at their worst, which they were at their worst for 6 years, so I would experience 6 times 12, 72, about 70, I'll say, periods like this, which 70 sounds like a crazy number. I could not eat, drink, or take any medication for 3 days. My throat would the muscles in my throat would kind of tighten and close up. I could still breathe, but that's it. I couldn't even drink water. I would not sleep for 3 days, and I didn't realize that I wasn't sleeping on my periods until I woke up on the floor, because I was going to get more water, and I woke up on the floor and my water cup was on the floor next to me, empty. These little few minute sleeps that I was having on my period were actually me passing out multiple times a day. Now, I said I wouldn't be able to eat for 3 days, but for that first and into the second day, I would be emetophobia warning, just because I'm going to be talking about it. I would get sick basically every hour until there was nothing else left in me. I would sometimes just sleep on the bathroom floor. I'd bring my pillow into the bathroom and sleep on the bathroom floor, because I knew I would just be getting up from those sleeps, which were actually me passing out very often. I would have to bring a trash can to the bathroom with me, because I did not know if I was going to be sick when I got up to go to the bathroom. And getting up to go to the bathroom or to get more water was the only times that I would get out of bed on my periods. Other than that, I would have my heating pad on 24/7 basically, and it wouldn't really help with the cramps, because my cramps were so bad. I would have it on the highest setting and I would just be sweating, like drenched in sweat, but the heat was the only thing that helped. Obviously couldn't leave the house, so I would miss at least 3 days of school every month. Fast forward to 6 years later, in the summer of 2017, I finally went to a gynecologist, OBGYN, for my symptoms, and she was the first one that told me that my symptoms were not normal. She was the first person other than myself that was like, hey, this shouldn't be happening. It should not be this bad. So she prescribed me my first pill. And I would like to say for this video, yes, it was a birth control pill, but I'm going to be referring it to it as medication. Birth control pills do so much more than just control birth. And this pill did slightly help my cramps. It didn't really help with any of the other symptoms. When I say it slightly helped my cramps, from the point that they were at when I was in so much pain, having that little bit of relief was actually a lot of relief, but also not enough. Let's say this is the extreme side and this is the painless side. It probably moved up here. So from here to here, that little like inch of space. When I was filming the Night We Met choreography video, I said in, did I say in that video? I don't think I said in the before the scenes, but you could probably hear it in my voice. I was very out of breath, and after every take I would feel super nauseous. So the choreography video that actually went up on YouTube is basically the only take where I was able to stay on the floor for a few more seconds for the video to like end. Every other take I had to just get up and get some water because I felt so sick, and I was also having this abdominal pain that I could not pinpoint. It felt like period cramps, but I wasn't on my period at the time. I went to patients first for the pain and the nausea, just kind of got sent home, and then 2 days later on the 21st of November, I went to the emergency room for the pain and nausea, and again was sent home. I went to my GI doctor, my gastroenterologist first. Because it's abdominal pain, it's hard to pinpoint exactly what is wrong. They did an ultrasound, CT scan, and HIDA scan. Everything came back normal. Then I finally went back to my gynecologist. And that is when, I can't really say she diagnosed me with endometriosis, because the only way to diagnose endometriosis is through surgery. So she assumed that the pain was from endometriosis. So on April 25th of 2018, I had a I can't say this word. I want to pronounce every letter, and I don't think that's how you say it. Laparoscopy. I think that's the best we're gonna get for endometriosis. And they did find a small amount of endometriosis tissue buildup, but not enough to remove. It is when tissue similar to endometrial tissue that grows in your uterus and it actually sheds during your period, when that similar tissue to that grows in your abdominal cavity, tries to shed, basically tries to escape the body, but it can't. So it causes inflammation and a lot of pain. The pill that I had been on that was slightly helping my cramps was discontinued. So I tried a few different other pills. Some I could only stay on for a week because it would just make me so nauseous, so sick to my stomach. Eventually, we found a pill that worked for me, and this pill was so much better than the other pill I was on. It dramatically eased my cramps. It loosened my throat muscles so that they weren't like tightening when I was on my period, so I was actually able to eat and drink things and finally take pain medication, and I was still nauseous, but I wasn't getting sick. I was able to sleep finally. I could actually get up and walk around on my periods. I could even leave the house if I was feeling up to it. Obviously there were some days when the nausea and cramps were a little stronger. So on those days I would still take it easy, lie in bed, but there were some days that I was actually able to leave the house and go to school and go to work, which I had never been able to do before. This pill that had been working for me for 3 years was also discontinued because I had tried so many pills in the past and only had 2 that worked for me. Like, I'm saying I probably tried maybe 10, if there are even 10 different brands of pills, and if only 2 of them out of 10, so a fifth of the pills that I tried worked for me, I was like, let's try something different. I think I Google searched like types of birth control, or even like a birth control quiz, and I found one on Planned Parenthood's website. It asks you a bunch of questions and it picks out 3 birth control methods that it thinks would be the best medications for you to use based on what you said in the quiz. And for me, it recommended the pill, the shot, and the patch. On Planned Parenthood's website, they also have a ton of information about each of these options. I chose the shot, and let me tell you, this is the best option for me. It's the best medication for my periods that I've ever been on, and it's also the best medication for endometriosis, I found out later. 5 days before I had my sinus surgery, I got my first shot, and you get 1 shot every about 3 months. It's more on a certain number of weeks schedule. I also do not get periods anymore, which is absolutely amazing. I don't have to worry about it anymore. Since I was 13 years old, probably from my one of those first few periods, I was Googling how to end your periods forever, and I found the word hysterectomy. I have wanted a hysterectomy since I was 13 years old. I have wanted my periods gone since I was 13 years old because they were so bad. And then every single period I would continue to Google hysterectomies and figure out exactly which procedure I wanted. I was done. My periods were so horrible, and I was just, I don't want them anymore. And now on the shot, I don't get them anymore. In March of 2022, I was 24 years old, and I decided to go off the shot for a month or 3 months because I was having abdominal pain again. But during that time, I went on, I forgot about my history, my bad history with pills, and decided, let's do another pill. I was only on that pill for 5 days, and after 3 days, I felt extremely nauseous, and on that 5th day, which was unfortunately a Saturday, I tried to call my gynecologist's office to talk to someone because I wasn't sure what to do, because I was only on the pill for a week, and I was like, I cannot continue this, but do I go back on the shot right away? I wasn't really sure how that worked, and the receptionist said that she could not put me through to the on-call doctor because birth control is not an emergency. If I had side effects, horrible side effects, and was having a bad reaction to another medication, I'd be able to talk to a doctor, but because it's birth control, I can't talk to a doctor. So I went back to Planned Parenthood's website, and they have this chat feature where you could talk to someone. And so I waited in like the little line for that. It was only a few minutes, and I was able to like talk with someone through through messages. This person put my mind at ease and was so helpful, and said that I could stop the pill. I could just stop it, stop taking it. And they verified this plan with me quite a few times to make sure, like asking me, okay, do you know your plan? Can you repeat it out to me? And I'm like, okay, I'm gonna stop the pill, I'm gonna get in contact with my doctor and get the shot again. I went back on the shot, and I have been good since then. Although this last shot I did miscount the number of weeks, and this is the only other side effect from the shot that I'll have. If you're later than usual, like I was 2 weeks late to get my next shot, I did have some bleeding, some cramping, some nausea, and that is my period journey. Thank you so much for watching, and again, I hope that this helped someone out there. I'll leave the Planned Parenthood quiz down below and the website, so that you have the information that you need should you ever need it. Thank you so much for watching this video. Remember to like and subscribe to be notified whenever I upload. I will see you in 2 weeks with another new video. Bye!